So there was really the satisfaction of being legally compliant, respectful of our value and our user privacy, but still be able to understand how they use the website. So my name is Julie Gonçalves. I've been at Climeworks a bit more than 2 years. Climeworks is a global leader in direct capture. So direct capture is actually a technology that captures CO2 from the air thanks to a machine like the one that you see behind me, right? So fans that filter the air and through a chemical reaction inside a container collect the CO2, which can then be used or removed or disposed and stored permanently. A lot of what Climeworks does is rooted into doing the right thing, right? For the planet, for the environment. So then we kind of apply that to everything we do. So when you consider, data management and privacy and GDPR, right? Obviously, that's very strong for us, especially that we do have a huge base of our customer base in Europe, right? We started thinking, okay, how do we deal with that, right? Once it's the legal obligation, but also kind of the moral aspect that comes with that. What we were looking at really is this cookieless setup, right? We had this meeting at some point, say, okay, what do we want to do? And we said, hey, we really feel, not only as users, but also as a company, right, that we don't want to be tracking people with cookie, right? And we don't want to be collecting any personal identifiable information to create the best user experience, right? And that we're really about doing the right things for our visitor rather than the pure metrics. And then one of our team member had worked with Matomo before and came up and say, hey guys, I think we have something, that this solution that can enable us to do what we want to do from a professional standpoint, right? And tracking and analytics and capabilities while respecting the data privacy that we want for our customers. So really finding this unique sweet spot in a way, right? That we can have the knowledge and the data that we want to do our job to the best and maximize the efficiency, but also for the users, right? At the end of the day, like being served the right content that they're looking for while respecting that. From there, it was a very obvious choice, right? There was a lot of areas where our values would match, right? In terms of the commitment to the privacy, but also the implementation was very easy. And at the end of the day, we felt that we even have more than what we thought we would have, and we have enough to apply, our marketing activities, our media planning through Matomo. And so it's really this combination of the I would say the moral and the value perspective and the technical capabilities. And we didn't find that anywhere else than with Matomo. The collaboration and the partnership was very important, and that really made it quite straightforward. And that's how we ended up with a cookieless tracking solution that was very satisfying for us. Very easy to roll in, straightforward. Everything was super well documented, and we got really a lot of positive reaction. And it was very nice to see, because that's when you get kind of recognized for also the bringing to life your values, right? And how you treat your users. That was super nice. It's reflecting positively on us, right, as a company, because we've made that choice, but also because it surprises them that it exists. It's kind of this monopoly of GAFA's world. It's like, oh, actually it exists. And I think that's really cool. That's really qualitatively, improves the experience of people, right? Because especially when you explore nascent technology like this, I think people want to do that in a very free way, right? So I think that's super important for them. And at the other end, when we look at the quality of the data that we got, there was absolutely no, change or no downside for us. In that sense, it's very important for us to understand how people navigate the website, so we can, in return, also best, give them the best experience possible. We do user flow. There are a lot of sections that we have on our website, and we use that to understand, do people want to understand first how the technology works, or they want to understand how much it costs, for instance, right? Or do people navigate first from the subscription page, and then they want to understand, they go to our plans, right, and see it live. And or what percentage of the traffic wants to understand the certification and the verification, right? So the what we call the monitoring of our solution and the standards that it complies with. So that really helps us to understand also the entry point. We do have a first entry point for businesses and a first entry point for individuals, right? So kind of really navigating those flows is really important for us and helping us select what are the most viewed pages of the website, but then also what are the typical standard user journeys and user flows. I think that's super important, and that I would say that's the one, at least that I see as super valuable.